Oh my God, we just came back from our worst vacation. The hotel where we stayed, the charges they were like extortionate. Yes, exactly. I once had a similar experience. The water in the pool seemed to be contaminated, so it wasn't safe to swim there. And overall, it was a highway robbery. Yeah, I can relate. I'm actually grateful because after this hotel, we moved to a new place because we just couldn't stay there. And the new hotel had a very nice ambiance. Oh, we once went to a restaurant with a marvelous ambience. And then my heart started racing when I saw the jazz band in action. It was wondrous and life-changing. Amazing. By the way, I always wanted to ask you, why is your English so good? Where'd you get all of these amazing words that you're using and all the phrases? Because you don't sound like a typical English language learner. You sound, I don't know, superior? Yes, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. You definitely sound like a native speaker. That's amazing. Oh, thank you. I use an app called Hi Native to look for this cool vocabulary. Hi Native? I've never heard of it. It's one of my favorite tools that I use to work on my English. I can kind of talk to natives 24/7 and ask them questions. If I don't understand what a word means, I can ask natives. If I don't understand how to use a particular word in the sentence, I will ask natives on this app. If I don't know how to pronounce something, if I need feedback on my pronunciation, I will basically record myself and ask them to evaluate and ask them to correct me if I'm wrong. And I only get responses from native speakers, which means they're up to date, they're modern and cool, and these are actually words and phrases that people use. Wow! Can they correct a sentence I wrote in English? Oh yeah, they can even proofread your essay. How's the app called? I want to check it out. Hi Native. Oh wow. Oh, by the way, you guys, don't forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button right there. As you all got it, the app to learn English is called Hi Native, and they are sponsoring today's video. So what is Hi Native? Hi Native is an app that helps you learn English with help of native speakers. So you can basically ask questions about culture, ways to say things, way to pronounce things, and native speakers will answer them. So for example, I can ask what a no-brainer is, how do I pronounce circumstance, what are the best places to visit in Miami. I post it on the platform and native speakers will get back to me. I can also post questions in German because Hi Native also supports German language. And it actually supports over 113 different languages. So with this app, you can learn English, German, Korean, French, Spanish, Italian, and many other languages. And so what I really like about the app is that native speakers answer your questions, which means you're getting up-to-date answers and you're not getting textbook answers. And they can tell you whether it sounds correctly. They can tell you whether this word is actually used or not. Or if they're based in Miami, they will tell you what are the best spots to visit based on their experience. Apart from improving your vocabulary, you can also work on your writing, listening, and speaking skills because native speakers will not only text you, they can also record voice messages, which means you're going to practice your listening.
Looks like Queenie's on her way out. To be on the way out, on one's way out, is normally used to say that you're about to leave a place. Honey, I'm on my way out. Do you need anything from the store? But it's also an ugly slang way of saying that someone looks like they're dying.
And all of that is just one app. Now let me show you how you can register. This app is available on iOS and Android. If you go and type in Hi Native, I'll wait, you're gonna find it there. Let me show you. I'm on App Store, Hi Native. It looks like this. It's already on my phone, so I'm just gonna open it. So when you register, you're gonna select your language, you're gonna select your regions of interest, and this is all used to make your experience very personal. Now, after that, they're gonna ask you if you agree to their newsletter. And again, you can opt in for their newsletter because you can unsubscribe anytime later. And then they're gonna walk you through all of the different features that the app has. This is what you would see after you signed up. On the homepage, you can see the whole bunch of questions. Because I selected that I'm a Russian speaker, I can actually see questions from other Russian speakers. And so it's going to be personalized based on your language. And you can just click on them if you're interested. Now let's see if I have a question about lucrative. What does it mean? And there are actually 54 threads with lucrative already. Okay, what does lucrative mean? It's an adjective meaning makes a lot of profit, benefit. It usually relates to money, but not always. This is the type of answers that you get here. And this is, by the way, a highly rated answer ranked in the top 1% for English US. So you can be 99.9% sure that it is all accurate. And then if this is not enough, you can see like, what does lucrative mean? What does lucrative career mean? Can lucrative modify profits, etc. Like all of the different aspects of just one word. So even without asking any particular questions, just by typing things, you're getting access to a huge amount of information. So when you learn a new word, it's very important that you not only learn what it means, but also how people use it. Because sometimes you're like, oh, but how do I use it in a sentence? Do I need a model word? Do I need anything else? So there are two ways to do it. First of all, you learn the meaning of the word. You go ahead and Google it and see how people use this phrase or word in a sentence. But the second thing you can do, you can ask Hi Native and get answers from native speakers. Let me hit ask. They have a question type. Please show me example sentences with. Perfect. Now let's type in a word I've recently heard, die hard. And we say next, and I click post. There we go. And while we're waiting, let's ask another question. Let's choose the first option. How do you say this? So you just post your question, how to say that I agree to join an activity. That's it. You just ask this question and you post. There we go. You can also prioritize your questions and promote them if you don't want to wait for an answer, but I will just click post. You can also check your pronunciation and ask native speakers how to pronounce things. You can actually record yourself. You can record up to 10 seconds for free and 60 seconds with a premium subscription. Let's ask Americans to evaluate my American pronunciation. I can't turn on the oven. The buttons just don't work. What should I do? That's it. You can actually type in what you said if you think they wouldn't understand it, but I think they will understand me. Okay, and here we go, Apo. All right. You can also just string glottal stops with this, like try to pronounce water, kitten, interesting, hot dog, and ask native speakers to evaluate. Okay, I'm posting this question as well. I already received an answer to my question, how to join an activity, and here it is. I think it's pretty legit. And I also started receiving examples of how people use die hard in sentences. Just look at this. And you can reply to people and say, thank you for answering my question. I think they would appreciate it. Now let's try premium questions. There are some questions that require premium subscription. And these questions are, does this sound natural in foreign language diary? I actually came up with a phrase that doesn't really sound natural. I'm gonna make some mistakes on purpose. It was tricky to speak English every day without translating from my native language at first, but then I get the hang about it. Let's see what they tell me. And I'm also gonna type it in. It was tricky to speak English every day without translating from my native language. And we post. And as you noticed, I made several mistakes on purpose. Native speakers can get back to me with 4 different answers: natural, a little unnatural, unnatural, and I don't understand. And please don't get discouraged if someone says, this sounds unnatural, I do not understand. We're all learning, we're all making mistakes, and it's important to make mistakes because this is how you learn to get better. Imagine that you're not making mistakes, you're trying to say the easiest words ever. You will never make any progress. Please try and make as many mistakes as possible. And I already received some answers. Yes, it does sound unnatural, as expected. If you ever used any of the language learning apps, you know when it requires interaction, sometimes they're used for dating. Hi Native is not used for dating because there is no direct communication between users. It's basically you post a question and you get answers. Nobody can really DM you there. And as you saw today, Hi Native can help you with all aspects of English: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. And what's exciting, these answers are up to date, they come from native speakers, so you can be sure that you would be able to use these phrases in real life. So no need to fly anywhere this time to improve your foreign language. Please check out the link down below to download Hi Native app from either App Store or Google Play. Take some time to play with it, and I hope it really helps you learn a new language. Thank you so much for watching this video up to the very end. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you very soon in my next videos. Bye bye.